Okay, here we go. Let's talk about Mercury. Mercury was a wily little guy, right? The Romans called him Mercury. The Greeks called him Hermes. The Egyptians called him the Hot, or Thoth, or Thoth, or however you want to say it in English. They were different to different cultures, those three gods, but all basically the same person, the same god. He was the god of translators, interpreters, commerce, travel, thievery, finances, movement, moving things from one place to the other, whether it's an idea or products. As the messenger of the gods, he brought information from the gods to everyone else. So, Zeus would say, hey, go take this message to somebody, or go deliver this to the humans, or let Ares know this, or Aphrodite know that. That was his job. So Mercury knows how to communicate a message so someone will understand it, so they will receive it. He was like a chameleon, sort of. He could get along with anybody. He could adapt to the situation, super adaptable, very quick thinking. If you've ever had to teach or really just try to communicate with communicate the same message to different types of people or different groups of people or people in different settings, people that are going to receive the message differently, you have to you have to adapt the way you give that message so they can understand it. So also, because he had so many messages to deliver, so much information to give out, he had to move quickly. He had to know how to move in different situations. And I say Mercury is the most androgynous of all of the gods and goddesses that we're going to talk about for the planets. He's basically neutral. The only reason Mercury is considered a he, or the Mercury energy is considered external, masculine, is because it's outside of us, right? So Mercury is movement and getting a message across, getting information across, taking products or goods somewhere else. So that movement is outside of us. That makes it external, that makes it masculine. But I'm not going to go into how Mercury is neutral in astrology, neither masculine nor feminine. Just know that the only reason Mercury is considered masculine or he or external is because of that movement outside of yourself. So Mercury is very logical. He's very unemotional. He's very even-tempered. He's got to be, in order to communicate with all these different people and do his job, deliver the message, deliver the information, deliver the goods, whatever it is, he's got to deliver it. He's got to make sure somebody is receiving it. And he's got to think and be logical about what's the best way to do this. And he can't be emotional about it, because that interferes with, when we get caught up in our emotions, it's hard for us to communicate with somebody else effectively. You gotta wipe all that out and just think, what is the best logical way for me to communicate this? As a planet, Mercury is the closest to the sun, which is the source of the solar system. Like Mercury the god was closest to the other gods, which were the source of life as far as people were concerned, right? The planet Mercury is actually gray, which is a neutral color. And if you think about, black represents the internal or feminine energy and white represents the external or masculine energy, then gray is black and white put together, right? That's Mercury. A Mercury year is only 88 Earth days. So again, very quick moving. And it's the smallest planet. So Mercury is little and quick and closest to the sun, the gods, and yeah, wily little guy. So what does that mean for us? Mercury in our natal chart represents our movement of information from one place to the other. It's our mind. It's there are some like word parts that I like to associate with Mercury. Comm, C-O-M-M, like communication, community, transport, transaction, transgender, all of these things are Mercury. Trans means to go across, beyond, move toward, or the far side of. And comm means with or togetherness. Mercury, the word comes from the root word mercs, which means trade. So anything with merc in it is also Mercury, like merchandise, Mercari, the app you sell on Mercari, right? Even the word commerce is com and mercs put together. So that's why Mercury, even though it's about like information and ideas and the movement of those things, it also very much has to do with how we move like goods and services as well, logistics, things like that. All Mercury's domain. Think of him as like logistics of life, sort of. It's how we move ourselves and our thoughts and our ideas everywhere. It's our movement of information from one place to the other. So where Mercury is in your birth chart says how you move information from one place to the other. How do you like to get things done? How do you like to travel? Are you somebody that wants to take the shortest, quickest route, or do you want to enjoy your drive to work a little bit? When you go on vacation, do you want to fly? Do you want to take the back roads? Do you want to take the interstate? Do you want to travel by train? All of those things are Mercury.